Okay, so check it out. A lot of people are making the suncatcher things with the CDs, which I have some that I took the tape. I used that tape method where you make the tiny slit in the top and then you put the packing tape or the duct tape and you peel off the silver. And then I just drew things. This one's traced, but I drew my own junk onto the CDs. Here's another one. I drew my own stuff on. I drew it on with a Sharpie. Um, here's a Bic marker also that's just like a Sharpie. And so here's what's cool is I just discovered that I actually don't have to use suncatcher paint. Hold on, there's something on the corner of my screen screwing me up here. Anyways, so I thought I was going to have to use suncatcher paint because I thought the marker would be too thick. Obviously, I'm wrong because you can clearly see through the green very easily. See, I left this white part so you could see that I really was coloring with this Bic marker. Wait, that way. There you go. Bic marking pen. It's prominent. It's a fine point. It's Bic's version of a Sharpie, which I really like because there's a bunch of colors there that Sharpie doesn't have, and then it's kind of cheaper sometimes. Anyway, here's this. So you see I can just put the color right on here. As you can see, there's nothing special, nothing magical. There's no prepping of creating a rough surface, because that's not necessary either. Um, it's a little difficult to color with it in your hand, but I didn't feel like messing with the camera. Anyway, the only downside to this is that compared to painting, I guess, but painting I probably have a little bit too, is that I can see my strokes of how I colored stuff in. But once it's dry, you can actually go back over it again if you want, like see right here, and it'll change the strokes just a little bit, but mostly what it'll do is just make it just a little bit darker. Okay, see where we at? Oh, there we are. So I'm just kind of making a little bit darker on here. Yeah, I can still see the other strokes up under it. I just see the new strokes with it. I guess I didn't let that one dry long enough that's in that last spot I was at, because it's kind of coming off with itself. But anyways, as you can see, it is very, very see-through. See, it's got a pretty terrific pattern. Let me just grab some white paper. Let's see, the back of this will work. Um, see, it's got a pretty good design on it. But as you can see the strokes of how the color went in. And what I'm thinking about doing is going back through, and where the black lines are that drew it, I'm thinking about taking like some glitter glue. But if I use glitter glue, it can only be hung inside and the kitchen window kind of thing instead of out on the porch, which I don't know if this will last through water. Let's see. Well, it lasts through slobber anyway. But yeah, so it's kind of cool to find out that you can just use Sharpie and it comes right through. The color looks really pretty. It looks a lot better than on what you're seeing at your end, because I can see the color like shining through it. Anyway, like it's fairly green. Alright, so anyway, that's what I got. I just thought I would add to the information of what people are doing with these discs and let you guys know that you can actually use a Sharpie and it's no big deal. And it will actually stay. I haven't colored both sides. It just dawns on me there'd probably be a little bit darker if I did, but there's really no point in that. So, yeah, I might, like I said, do puffy paint or something for the edge to make it a little nicer. But other than that, I mean, what the heck, it totally worked. So, there you have it. You can use a permanent marker instead of the suncatcher paint, which I got the suncatcher paint at, where did I go? Oh, I went to Hobby Lobby because it's close to the house. Plus, their prices are cheaper than Michael's. So, anyway, bye.